Ever wonder why some plans, you know, despite seeming brilliant on paper, spectacularly fall apart? The anime world is full of masterminds, but what happens when the supposed genius makes shockingly simple errors? And let's dive into the world of Death Note and examine the surprisingly flawed strategy of Light Yagami. It's possibly to make money against 17:25 p.m. own. The series hinges on the idea of Light being a prodigy, a criminal mastermind outsmarting the world. But many fans have noticed something unsettling for someone so intelligent. Light makes an awful lot of amateur mistakes. It begs the question, was he truly a genius, or was his downfall inevitable? It didn't take long for cracks to appear in Light's carefully constructed facade. By episode 2, he'd already sabotaged his entire future weapons for data. When Light killed Lyndell Taylor on live television, he handed Elle the exact information needed to narrow the search for Kira, revealing both a method and a geographical location. This wasn't strategic brilliance. It was an impulsive outburst. Any rational person would have known that murdering someone on live TV would immediately escalate the investigation. Light's reaction revealed a volatile personality, a quick temper, and a need for dominance. These traits allowed Elle to build a psychological profile, making predictions significantly easier. Light's actions weren't limited to early slip-ups. Throughout the series, he made reckless decisions no true mastermind would consider, approaching, Rai Penber, a trained FBI agent, in public and announcing himself as Kira was a prime example. It was a teenager assuming he was untouchable, not a calculated risk. Later, Light spoke to Rai on a train, using a walkie-talkie while staring at him through a window, openly discussing his plan. Anyone nearby could have overheard. Light didn't attempt to disguise his voice or distance himself. He behaved as though the world didn't exist, as though no random passenger could witness his operation. Looking at Light's plan from a macro perspective reveals an even more startling truth. His entire Kira strategy was fundamentally flawed. A true mastermind would have used the Death Note with subtlety and randomness, not in clear patterns that practically invited investigation. He consistently used heart attacks as the cause of death, making the killings instantly suspicious. Light also killed criminals at predictable intervals, sometimes as clockwork, as 1 per hour. This wasn't strategy, it was spectacle. Light's predictable rhythm made it easy for investigators like Elle to analyze his behavior and identify when he was likely active. Randomness was his greatest asset, but he willingly discarded it. Despite being academically brilliant, Light lacked self-control, outrage. Every reckless decision stemmed from his need to prove superiority. He wanted not just to cleanse the world, but to be recognized as its savior. This desire clouded his judgment repeatedly. And he believed genius alone guaranteed victory, but it doesn't without humility. Light Yagami wasn't stupid, but his arrogance was his greatest weakness. It defined him and ensured his defeat. Uh, uh, it's ironic, isn't it? A character built on intelligence undone by a simple flaw. It just goes to show even the smartest people can fall if they let their ego get the best of them. It's like trying to solve a puzzle with one hand tied behind your back. Um, with that said, thanks for watching, and until next time, Giz.